Hey, it's Jessica, and I'm sorry for the shaky footage at the beginning of this video. It was filmed on my cell phone. I'm about to do a 3-marker challenge. Right now I'm showing the sketch I've done for the challenge, along with all of my Copic markers. What I'm going to do is kick out a few markers that are low on ink and don't have refills, as well as the grays, because those are kind of boring for a challenge like this. Then I'm going to dump the rest on my table, and let my cats pick which 3 I will use. The first cat who shows up is Lupin. He doesn't take long to push aside one of the markers with his paw. It's V00 Rose Quartz, who is also a character in Steven Universe. It's kind of appropriate because Lupin reminds me of Lion. Lupin is about 20 pounds, and I think he may be at least part Maine Coon, but I don't know much about his background. All of my cats are rescues. The next cat you see on the table is Rory. She likes to steal pens and pencils from me, so I figured she'd be quick to pick up a marker or bat one off the table. Of course, when you actually want cats to do something, they won't. The third cat to show up is Bailey. You won't see my 4th and youngest cat, Echo, here because she's a former feral. She's very anxious and kind of a special needs cat who spends most of the day hiding. She only really comes out at night. Bailey lays down right in the middle of the markers, but she won't play with them. I'm starting to get frustrated when Lupin saves the day. He ends up laying on 2 more markers, Y06, which is simply called yellow, and YR24, pale sepia. As you can see, I added a top hat and bow tie to my kitten. I'm actually really happy with the colors that Lupin so kindly picked for me. I could have ended up with a Technicolor Lisa Frank looking kitten, which would have been cool in its own right, but these 3 make a fairly natural palette with a lot of versatility. My YR20 markers get a lot of love from me because I draw a lot of animals with orangey brown fur. I also used a lot of my most pastel colors like the RV00 for highlights, as well as mixing and layering. The yellow was really my wild card here, as I haven't used it that often, but it mixed nicely with the orangey brown to brighten up certain areas, and I was able to tone it down in other areas by adding the red-violet. I didn't use a colorless blender in this drawing. I'm not against using them as part of the challenge, but I just didn't feel like I needed it. That might have been different if I'd gone darker colors. I used a Copic Multiliner for my line art, and I used a white gel pen at the end to add whiskers, a few highlights, and also the polka dots on the bow. If you're one of those people who thinks you can't use a black or white pen in a 3-marker illustration, I don't know what to tell you. This is not a competition with a firm set of rules. I'll do it my way, and you do it yours. At the end of the day, it's for fun. And if you're one of those people who doesn't think palette challenges are challenging, well, that might be the case for you. But if you've watched my other videos, you'll see how many colors I typically use. I can be guilty of pulling too many colors into a piece, overworking it, and throwing off the cohesion. Sometimes it's nice to have a reminder of how far you can actually go with just a few colors. If you pick those colors at random, it also helps you discover combinations and blends you might not have thought of before.
Hi, hon. Returning your call. Bye.
Thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more art, more cats, and lots more fun to come. I'll see you next time.